Are you going to audition? Chimsy looked at her mother in horror. Mom, are you kidding me? Have you seen those people? Ada thought to herself, those people, what people? I cannot be seen with losers. She flipped her hair and reached out for her phone and began Snapchatting with her friends. It then dawned on her dad that her sweet, kind and beautiful daughter was a mean girl. She thought aloud to herself, how did I raise a mean child? She remembered her growing up, how mean girls tormented her. Bullies ruined her childhood just because she did not fit in. In school, Ada was in her fifth grade and she was called all sorts of names like piggy face, ugly duckling, just because she had these weird looking big glasses always. It happened that one day as she went to get food for lunch, as she proceeded to sit on her seat, someone intentionally removed the seat and she landed her butt on the ground, thereby spilling all her lunch on herself and making a mess of herself. All the other students started to laugh at her. Some mean girls went ahead to throw things at her table. When she reported this to the teacher, they all turned a deaf ear to her blind. Even when Ada's mother came to report the harassment for her daughter and the way that she was treated by other students in the school, the school principal promised to look into the matter, but as soon as she left the office, the bullying did not stop, it continued. During morning assembly, while on the queue, someone from behind kicked Ada intentionally and she tripped and fell down. She was laughed at by her for her clumsiness. The bullying got worse that it happened that one day in class, as she hurriedly sat on her seat, her butt was suddenly glued to her seat. Asugo and her bully friends had placed glue on Ada's seat. She had to remove her skirt and ran into the bathroom in her undies. While this was going on, Ugo and some other mean girls were videoing her, and immediately they circulated the video to all the students in the school that day. For weeks, everyone in the school kept talking about the video. Even as she passed, they would all play the video aloud and start body shaming her to her hearing. Each passing day, she was tormented by her classmates and the school authorities refused to do anything. One day, her English teacher called her to the side and advised her to dress more stylishly and to lose those weird glasses so as to fit in and to stop the harassment by the mean girls. Instead of wait on the school authorities to do something, Ada took matters into her hands to deal with the mean girls in quotes. One day she came early to school as she has observed the mean girls' routine. She knows the type of food they like, their allergies. That fateful day, she quickly dashed into the kitchen. The mean girls with their gang leader Ugo had their meals specially prepared by a chef due to the wealth her family amassed and his influence in the school. She received special treatment even when at times she does not qualify to make up the list of football players. The coach will just slot in her name to avoid trouble with the principal. On that day, Ada snuck into the kitchen without being seen by anyone. Immediately, she put some substance in Uju and her gang of bullies' food. When it was lunchtime, the mean girls and Uju sat down to eat their food. When they were done, some other students who sat around started making side talks as they videoed their faces. Uju suddenly realized that their faces have changed colors to red, as they must have reacted to something in the food. Immediately, the mean girls ran to the restroom and covered their faces as they exited the cafeteria. But it was too late because by then their faces were all over the school internet and others made jest of their situation. Deep down in Ada's heart, she jubilated at what has just happened because she felt the mean girls and Uju even deserved worse treatment. All these thoughts came rushing back to her as her daughter Chimze made that statement in the car, in which she referred to the human beings like as those people. She then realized that the lifestyle she and her husband Jude created for their daughter so she will have all good things of life has turned her into a mean girl and looking down in a condensing manner to others who do not have enough. For years, Ada and her husband Jude wanted to live a simple life, yet their lives did not reflect their vision. From that day onwards, they both took a drastic decision to move to a small town. They downsized on their standard of living, replaced their designer clothes with flannel and jeans. Ada rarely put on makeup. They focused on life and people around them rather than keeping up appearances. They still live within a 30 minutes drive to work, but if they tell anyone from their old town where they lived, they would think that they have gone bankrupt, they have gone insane, or they are hiding from the law. With this new lifestyle of Ada's family, her children, most especially Chimze, was not happy. She thought the change was ruining her life and taking her away from her friends. Ada told Chimze one day that we want to live a simpler life, and this means doing family activities regularly, giving back to the community, spending time outside, and being less attached to material things, including technology. Ada observed that with these drastic measures taken, Chimze's behavior completely changed. She is now more of a people's person, caring for others who do not have, being involved in community works.